Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the technical trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Tuesday night, the 27th of September, and these are the charts of the day. Well, it was a darn good day on Wall Street, a good trading day. A lot of our stocks did great today, and if you take a look at some of the stocks I'm going to show you tonight, you'll see what I mean. AERI swing trade accelerated today and broke out of this ascending little coil or wedge, whatever you want to call it. The volume got down to a very low volume ebb yesterday. Today it picked up. Now it didn't explode. Got up to 41.72, closed the point off the high, but it was still up $1.36 or 3.5%. I'm thinking the stock makes it to my target of 44, and then potentially, if this accelerates in this kind of a channel upward, we could see 48.50. And there's 3.9 days to cover. AIRG also running up nicely after the IPO in a beautiful rising channel. I see no reason why this can't extend. My target is 19. BITA. Well, you can see that the base that's been taken out, the clear resistance in this zone was taken out a couple days ago. We highlighted it a few days ago, and you can see that little wedge in here, right there, broke out, and it popped. And the next target is going to be upwards of 37. I do believe the potential for 4 or 5 more points. CARA, nice extension. Once that little wedge broke out, yesterday we gave you a swing, today it followed through beautifully as it ran up 87 cents or 11%. Now it's coming near the first target from the April highs up around the $9 range. That's my first target. I had a second target of 10, but I'm raising it to 12. I believe it should be somewhere around 9 and 12. 4.11 days to cover that. Now CEMP, another junior biotech doing great. Came out of a base, popped, formed a wedge. The wedge broke out, it ran up to resistance and backed off, but today broke through the resistance. There is a little bit of resistance right there. I think the stock can make it potentially even into filling the gap and getting up to 28. That's my next target. Beyond that, it's 31, 32 zone. There's 11 days to cover on this one. You can see the major declining top line has been broken, so has the base, and now we're in a new uptrend, or at least it appears so. If I use this as your trend channel, then I'm going to take this here as a potential run up towards the 31 range as your target. CLDX. Well, one of our old favorites. If you take a look at the weekly chart, you'll see that this stock exploded in 2012-13. It finally peaked and a spike up towards the high 30s. And then eventually rolled over and got hammered. A little bit of a basis formed, well, a nice basis formed over the last 6-7 months. Looks to me like it's ready to explode. I'm looking for a test immediately of about the 5 to 10 range. We get through that, we're looking at 6 and 8 as potential targets. There's 8.34 days to cover. I think so. This one has a good chance of extending. EGRX, another biotech acting well, broke out of the consolidation coiling type pattern and then formed a little mini wedge in here. See it for 3 days? Popped out today. So 354 or 5%. And now it's at the highest level since March. That peak up there on 71 is my near-term target. And then we're looking at a run up to the January highs up around 78. So 71 and 78 going forward. And there's 8.32 days to cover. Swing trade ERI acting great, up another $1.12 or 7.35% on $1.5 million. Real good volume for that stock. OBV is moving sharply higher. This looks like a stock that wants to hit the top of the channel and make it up near the $20 range. That's my target. Almost 8 days to cover, as I said. EVBG. Now this IPO, a recent IPO, in a 15-minute chart, exploded, pulled back, filled the gap, went up and formed a flag, and then popped again. Now it's got another flag. I think I'm going to try to retest the high once again around 18.5. That's my near-term target. Up near there. And then that brings us to EXCL. Does it get better than this, folks? You don't see much better of a chart than that. Incredible rising channel, really nice volume, and for about 9 days in a row the stock has been up now. So it can extend, it may even pull back. For me though, I think the stock has room to run up near 19.5, 20. That's what I'm looking for. 4.7 days to cover that one. And how about GIMO? Popped another 241 or 4.5%. Certainly looks stellar in here, although it is near the top of the channel, and it does have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 waves up, but I don't think the 5th wave is long enough, so you may see an extension, and this may be going up in this angle here. I want to show you something. If you look at this as the rising channel, draw your line off of there. I would have to say this is going to make it to 60 very quickly. Or soon anyway. Juno. Well, it hasn't been acting well of late, but today was an exceptional day as it jumped 377 or almost 13% on 5.1 million. That's the biggest volume in 3 months. Looks to me like it's broken out of the declining tops line and may very well test the gap and the prior highs. 35 is the target. Beyond that, I'm looking for 41. LABU with biotechs moving. This one is looking good. It's still in a rising channel, as you can see. And even though it had a 2-day pullback, it wasn't too bad. Rather shallow, and the volume pulled back too. So it looks to me like we're headed into the 58-60 zone at least, maybe even low 60s. IPO, recent IPO, LN. The big wedge exploded and how it's gone up for 6 days in a row today. Blew through the post-IPO high, maybe headed towards the low to mid 50s. This looks pretty good too. NOVN, also a recent IPO. Looking at a 15-minute chart, you'll see it looks like it's trending. I would not be shocked to see this in the 27 range, something of that nature in the next week or two. Nice momentum, real good story there too. How about NVIDIA? Does that look great or what? Look at this channel. This one rivals EXEL, doesn't it? Only a larger, higher price stock. Having gone from 24 range up to 66 and still running, you'd be shocked to see this one get into the low to mid 80s at some point. 5.89 days to cover, and a terrific, strong, rising pattern. Today was a breakout day to new all-time highs. Another IPO, PI, had a big reversal day going down to 31.5 and running up to 35.70 before selling into 35.68. It actually closed right at the high for the day within pennies. I'm looking for a retest now of 37.85, and through that we could see low to mid 40s. Speaking of new IPOs, Twilio, rocking it, broke out of the wedge, popped to resistance, pulled back. It's an IPO, it's a swing trade, and held the pullback right near the prior highs. Right now looking for mid channel at 75, potentially all the way up here in the low to mid 90s if we get that kind of final blow off fifth wave. There's 1 and 2, there's 3 and 4. Fifth wave has started, we're well into it. Twitter, 3 days in a row up after the huge 192 million share day breakaway gap day. It's now up against resistance from here and the top of the channel. So I have to say at this point, this is potential of pulling back. And so we'll have to just see what we get on that one. But it does have tremendous momentum, and if it does get up to the next target, will be a run up towards the 26.5 3/4 range. Weibo continues. It broke out of its coil today. Volume picked up dramatically at 2.6 million. It jumped 276 or 5.6%. My target, low 60s, another 10 points potentially. Western Digital. Well, the inverse head and shoulder type pattern, or rounding bottom, whatever you want to call it, to me broke out today, and I put a swing on it. I think we're going to see 64 and 68 on this one. And with 4 days to cover, we may get that rather quickly. Swing Zencor doing great. Popped out across a little double top and a wedge today, jumping $1.51 or 6%. Volume picked up. OBV's near the high for the year. It looks to me like it wants to check or try it, run at 28. With 8.7 days to cover in addition. And lastly, today's Yelp, which has been really running up the channel. Broke out, pulled back, and it exploded today for 233 or 5.6%. Mine was 4.2 million. OBV's at the high for the year. I'm looking for 44 short term. And that's a summary of some of the really good looking charts we have. This is HB signing off. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.